started here. Looks like everything, yep, horn is sounded, and we'll get right to the action. Thanks for watching.
What you don't want to see is 4 collars, because they're so vulnerable. It's still just one pair.
Yeah.
Like, please, no.
Free flop, if you don't want to
Fold.
fold.
She's not gonna get
So
right.
excited.
She's like ready to
The
go.
best hand at the moment is Linda with an ace 10.
450.
Linda
Raises to
Ray,
450.
450.
We are going to show chip counts for a minute here.
Oh,
No, actually, in between the next hand, we'll show up the chip stacks that were on break 3.
All that hand.
Whole lot of nothing for everybody.
Ace high.
Linda takes it with an ace high.
sir.
Well, before that got started, here's the chip count for everybody. Looks like Paul Moskowitz is in the lead with 13,550. And Linda, who just got some more chips, but at that point she was at 10,775.
Robert is the low man on the totem pole with 2,700.
He did say he was going to be pushing it all in here pretty soon.
Was it this guy? I just remember what you said. It was 13.
Moskowitz will be first act, and you see him there on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, I did. I took it.
7,
I took it.
9.
You're not even 1,000 sure, you're 50.
Yeah. Took your dream chips.
I was off that.
Over.
1325. You got 12,000.
No, it's 13,000 something.
Whatever.
13,555 is where you were at, Paul.
I was off. I counted wrong.
Oh, okay.
Like a
I
1,000.
fold.
Oh, you had me
You're
all
fired.
excited.
About 13,000.
Don't excite
We
Paul. Don't feed the bears. Don't excite Paul.
Heather lets her hand go. Ed already.
If you got the button, the person on the other side of me is big.
Brandon.
Oh, I gotta drink some
It's
more.
okay. It's not even
not
on.
even on.
She's yelling at you for talking too loud. Call.
Dealer controlling his table.
With attitude. That's a call.
3 players.
Sure, you guys got it on.
Ed, Brandon, and Rob. Those are 3 guys right there. 5-7
man.
Jack.
475. 375.
3 seconds.
Brandon's just a
It's
magic
not just
man.
your chips you can't count.
I don't know how he does
It's
it.
everybody. Yeah.
There are 3 spades out there, though. That's got to be a scare.
Brandon does win with his bet.
Pair. Nice.
Blinds are 100, 200. We are in blind level 4.
Shut the front door.
Season 3, Game 5 at Chase the Bracelet. We have already eliminated 2 players.
We're at the time clock. We're in level 4, and blinds are 100, 200, just like Dan said.
It is. It's like 4, 6, 8. You're like,
What's that?
Big one.
don't pair the board, please. Just don't pair the board. We're good.
Jack 10 suited for Heather, one of my favorite hands. I love a suited Jack 10.
Shelly.
Shelly, who did I say?
Call. Fold.
So it's got a lot more chips than Joe does.
I'm confused because
Yeah.
Joe is Shelly and Heather is Heather.
Joe.
He took second place.
Linda's Linda.
I'm just teasing.
But she spells it with a
I
Y.
thought you with her ace. Oh, she got called.
So that just makes
Raise
it all the better.
600.
Yes. I think Shelly spells hers with a Y also.
On the end.
Yeah.
Fold.
Wah, 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 wah.
Fold. Fold.
Oh, wait a minute.
4 more, man.
Dan, who's our dealer tonight?
Oh, our dealer tonight is a man by the name of Train.
Thank you to Train for dealing tonight. He has throughout this entire season, and big help, great dealer, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Same bet. 600. Fold.
When we watch it again.
Thank you.
For you Cleveland Indians sports fans, they won today 13-7. Our button is on. It's Rob. And it's Big Blind, and Heather will be first act. Look at the intensity of their faces, Tony.
I know, serious game.
First act for Heather with a small pocket pair.
Heather call.
She just makes a call.
Fold.
200 call.
Doesn't seem like she really wants to play that hand, and I imagine that Rob's going to raise this up.
Brandon folds.
It comes in, queen 6.
Rob is all.
Rob Newman, with his 2,000 some chips, shows him all in.
2400.
Good move.
2,400. He did mention at break that he was low and was going to make some big moves. Stands up. Paul Moskowitz with a Jack King suited.
That's for you, Dan.
Rob, I think, is nervous, having some intestinal issues.
Paul trying to figure out if his Jack's King of Diamonds is good here.
Moskowitz has the chips to make us call. It's not going to hurt
Yeah.
him too much.
Fold.
I imagine that's what he was going to do. I imagine Heather's going to let her hand go, and Ed's not going to make this call.
Interesting.
Tony, all day long, I think I make that Jack King suited call with his chip stack.
I would have too.
Unfortunately. But we all play different styles of poker.
Yeah.
That's why some of us are winners, some of us are losers,
And some of us are bigger winners.
and some are bigger winners.
Aggression wins pots.
You got that chip to call. Still.
Yeah, I know. Well, I want to keep it that way, but you know.
I understand, but still, like, this is Rob. You gotta give Rob what you can, you know what I'm saying?
Shelly, there on the left side of the screen, is first act.
Wait. Sorry. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
There she is. In case it's a new face for you and you just signed in for us, Shelly is playing for Joe Brunson today, who could not make tonight's game. And he has sent us Shelly as a sub.
Paul gets pocket kings again.
Folds. Fold.
Yes.
Really don't think he's going to get any college here, though, Tony.
Heather.
Head calls 2.
Oh, I didn't see that. Why is this?
Brandon calls 2.
Yeah.
Depends on what his bet is.
So blinds are 100, 200. Let's see what he makes.
Yeah,
it.
this is raise one.
Race but not.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys hear what I'm saying in my brain? That is scary. What am I thinking now?
800.
4 times the big blind, or
Brandon's got
800.
it for me.
Paul raises to 800 with
I
Brandon's permission.
fold, I heard the rest
I'm
of
glad
it.
you
Paul
said
Moskowitz raises his pocket kings, $800. Heather is looking to fold.
Folds.
Over to Ed.
Oh, Heather folded her ace jack.
No.
Ed folds ace 9. Does Brandon have the cojones?
The Brandon special.
Brandon with the 69. He may not let it go just because it's Brandon. Ed's hand did not get folded. It's for Ed's hand.
Brandon does not improve.
PJ must not be headphoned.
Makes it 8.
I
Go.
am, I just didn't hear you.
Oh,
That's 800.
Ed's hand's not folded.
Ed's hand is not folded.
Now it is.
There it goes.
Folds.
Brandon does fold to
Sorry,
Moskowitz's
PJ.
continuation bet. Kings twice for Moskowitz and gets paid twice.
Small and big on my left.
Once, though, by a very, very, very lucky catch on the river.
True.
Did I? How many varies was that? I may need to add one more.
Yeah, I think 5 total should be.
Okay, 5x vary. Lucky card in the river.
And the reason Marco's not here is because of that.
Hear anything because I have to leave this
Marco got home in time to fertilize the lawn and do whatever else outside work he has for him.
And probably the top of Paul Moskowitz's car.
I don't want to know about him fertilizing that.
Tell me if you can hear me now.
Pocket 9s for Steve Day. Ace Queen for Heather.
Steve makes it 500 to go.
Steve bets 500 with his pocket 9s. Over to Ed. 6-7 suited.
His ears are gonna start bleeding.
I know.
Quick actions on Brandon with his king 6.
It's actually on Ed.
Oh, is it?
Still in it.
I see. Ed with
Calls
his 6-7.
5.
Ed calls 6-7 suited.
Fold.
Brandon folds.
Fold,
Rob
fold.
folds.
Fold,
Moskowitz
fold.
hit the button. Folds. Linda folds. Over to Heather's ace queen.
Heather actually does have the 36% over the 34% of
She
Steve.
did fold ace jack last hand as well.
Fold.
Wow. And she lets another one go.
Interesting.
2 players.
Now, she may be playing very tight because her and Paul are both tied for first place as of going into this game, point-wise. And so if either one of them has a higher point, they probably are the or the point leader for the season.
Very interesting run of cards. Steve hits his set. Ed goes open-ended. Now open-ended with a flush draw. Ed has a lot of cards to catch up. They both check. Ed misses. Steve's nines
man.
are good.
Steve bet 700.
Steve could have made some money not by betting and not checking twice. Ed would have certainly come along with both those draws.
Very true.
Now he has to let it go. Button moves. Ed will be first to act next hand, folks.
Steve, you're a big one.
Huh?
31.
That's it, that's what I gotta call?
Yep.
Put your 31 off to the side.
Fold.
Ed folds at 3-4. Over to Brandon, pocket 7.
550 is now the bet.
5-5-0 is the bet.
Wish I was in there.
Raising the pocket 7s.
And you're the one who's gonna make.
How many
money,
times-
not me.
how many times-
Brandon
Say
raised
that
to
to
550. Fold, fold,
Paul and Linda both fold. Heather, Jack Deuce is folding. Shelly folds. And Steve is going to let it go. Brandon is a winner.
Not hardly ever, you should take good advantage.
I'm really bad at this.
Don't worry about it, I'll get some hit reset.
Just leave
You're
it
better
sit
than
on.
Brandon because you do it quietly.
First act this hand will be Brandon.
No, look at his face.
Just die in here.
Up there.
I started to use that on Map My Rocks. I love that program.
That thing is awesome. I'm at my run. You can do runs, walks, or anything.
Ed, big blind.
Good, Brad.
Special,
Fold.
we shall call it.
Brandon calls big blind.
Brandon with his 4-7 calls 200 in the big blind.
Paul Moskowitz
Paul calls.
calls his Jack Queen offsuit. Linda, Queen 10 suited.
5
Linda makes it 525 play.
And you know,
525 raised by Linda.
trails that
10
have mileage
Queen
markers and
suited.
stuff on it.
Right.
So assuming those are accurate, that thing
Folds.
is, literally that thing is accurate within a tenth
Over
of
to
a
Ed,
mile.
who has big blind pocket jacks.
It's, yeah, he got some barker in
Right,
there.
I know what
Ed announces a
Raise
raise.
been announced. Makes it 1600 to play.
Ed bets 1600.
16,
Brandon folds.
Paul.
Paul folds. Linda folds. Ed,
I call him, you don't.
pocket jacks, takes it down.
Good bet on Ed's part.
It was a 3-time stand. It wasn't a 27-time stand. Huh?
There's our mascot doing the other
Yeah,
part-time job that
obviously.
he does, which is protecting the house.
Security.
Yep.
Marco must have been trying to get back in the game.
Fold.
Robert, first act, he folds. We're over to Paul Moskowitz. Folds as
Fold,
well.
fold.
Linda Johnson
Fold.
folds. Heather folds.
Call. Call.
King 9 by Shelley makes a call. Steve Day
Call.
Makes a call.
Option, yeah.
4 players to the flop.
Show them what they gotta beat.
Queen 6-6.
Looks like Joe's still, or Shelley's still good there.
600 is the bet.
See, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Fold all around.
Shelly does bet out. Takes pot down.
Cold nose to the sack. Cold nose to the sack. He said he likes to be woken up. I heard that. Hello, baby. Coming back for more already.
Poor Zach.
Sir, keep your hands off the pets. Paul Moskowitz, first act.
Hold on, I gotta check my cards.
Needs both hands.
Jack is jealous.
Fold, fold. Heather fold.
Shelley and she folds.
Steve
Folds
calls.
to Jack 10. Steve
Since you have
calls his Queen 10 suit.
off, would you just
Hey, don't sit. Brandon, loving the 10-5, is making the call.
Here we go.
Rob just checks his option.
3 to flop.
Let's see what Brandon can do with the Woolworth today.
Check.
Steve hits top.
Should
Should bet and take.
2 hands in a row. Maybe it's good the second time around. Who knows?
Well done, I'm done.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark. He's one more. Yeah.
It's all it is.
100, 200
Well,
here.
it's holding if they both check, so.
For another 50 seconds.
To go. Fold, fold, fold. Fold.
Action on Brandon.
Brandon calls.
700.
Raise to 700.
Brandon raises. King
No,
Deuce
I
suit.
think Newman raised,
Oh.
Folds. Calls.
but he does call. Sharing cards.
Runner.
Runner.
First to act will be Rob Newman.
2 players.
That's a good shot at them too.
All in.
All in for
22 is the bet.
Brandon caught none of that.
Shows.
Nice hand.
We move up in blinds.
Show's jacking off.
This is level 2 of our second session. Our level 5 for the league. It was 153 for the blinds.
153.
Usually it's like $3.99 a minute.
Heather will be first act.
Yeah,
It's more fun than
I make about $2.50 a show. I mean $2 a day.
Folds.
Top dollar for you, shit.
I swear, when I saw that book, I'm like, "Rawr, that is the greatest.
I wish I had your number.
I wish I had your number.
Heather folds.
Raise to 600.
Shelly bets 600 with her pocket sixes.
You could probably
Head fold.
Google the book or get it from Amazon.
Brandon fold.
5 cents or something.
Fold.
Rob Newman
Six
folds his
now.
Jack 8.
Nope.
Moskowitz folds
Calls.
into calls.
Gonna call the Queen 9. We're gonna be heads up between Shelly and Linda. Brandon's hand is not
I
mucked.
thought you were pushing those.
Yes, ma'am.
There it
Brandon
goes.
is not much.
It's good.
That's 1,000.
I'm not-
Linda folds.
Nice bet.
Yep.
Nice bet. All overs on the board. Just gotta see where she's at. Nice bet on her part.
I'd call better worse.
So Shelley to act first this hand.
I think Shelly's starting to feel comfortable with the table that she's playing with now.
Yep.
Starting to make a little more aggressive moves. This is the first time I've seen her play, so you're learning as I'm learning, Tony.
Well, I made a mistake when he said. I made a mistake when he said that. I said, "Okay, Rick." I mean, sorry.
I predict Heather raises and takes this pot, Tony.
Oh yeah. And oh, did you play at Pulse?
I would put
Wait.
money on that, but I believe you're right.
Unless Brandon
Yeah.
limps in and then calls in and catches his
Yeah.
head.
Rob, hold,
I'm done.
down.
Me too.
I
You
got
go ahead.
Yeah.
Winner.
I didn't think she needed a raise.
The second
All right,
out of the tournament. So
Hit that button for me.
finally got like 5 players together eventually, and we're playing cash, and then I go over to Rick. I'm like, come on, dude, he had this huge.
I was like, okay.
I'm like, come on, dog, come on. He was into the money. So I actually
Steve
had
Day
to
will be
leave.
first to act this
It
hand.
was coincidentally when he came over to the cash.
Steve sitting in the blue shirt on the left-hand side of your screen.
One, I had like 45-minute drive to get home. I was a bit tired. So I don't know what happened to him after that.
He plays pretty much the same cash or tournament.
Yeah, which
And
is.
so when he's
which
hitting,
is-
when he's hitting in the tournament, man, he's
Good
just
to go.
you can't
Steve
stop.
folds.
He's a friggin' freight train. The problem is that happens
What do we
about
have?
once
Yes, sir. 300
every third Haley's Comet race.
750 is now the bet.
Cash game.
Brandon
Brandon,
suited 2-3.
Fold.
Bet 750 into this pot.
Fold.
Unfortunately, some of them.
450 more.
Enough to take down the pot.
He's gonna take it down.
Fold. Winner.
Get bored over here listening to this guy.
Button moves over to Heather, and we look to Ed to be first to act once his cards are dealt. 8 players remaining.
The nice thing, I'm sorry, I was talking about that, I got my run. The nice thing about it, is for people like me who are getting small amounts of walking and running in, like I get not quite a mile on a 15-minute break
Right.
for morning. But it's encouraging. If I didn't see that,
Right.
adding
Is it
up
a
over
bonus?
time.
300 to go.
What do
Yeah,
you get
fold.
for
I met my run.
Blinds are 150, 300.
Yeah, I was gonna actually
My
try that
wife-
5K runner.
My wife, good to go.
program.
Fold.
Week 4, I love it.
Fold.
I fold.
Fold.
So I realized that on the
Heather
breaks, my
folds.
little walk between
Shelly
Two
calls
players.
from the small blind.
Just the blinds.
quarter mile and
Yep,
0.9.
and Steve checks his
And
option.
I got 15 minutes to get out of the chair, walk it, and get back in the chair.
Shelly hits best on this flop.
Bet 600.
She's gonna bet it. Steve
As
folds.
far as a quick walk
Poker
around,
is
but you
easy,
don't really
Tony.
get that
Poker
stuff
is
till you get
easy.
at the end of the week, and you're like, you
I've
know,
been told that a couple times.
It's like 8 miles I got on 15-minute breaks this week. That's
I think
not
the
a
more
bad
you know,
deal.
the more you know you don't
No,
know.
I've been jogging, but I just started again for the first time.
It's a little bit of luck. It's a whole lot of skill.
Downhill,
Again,
again.
first time
Well,
in a while.
That
That's
doesn't make
just
sense.
horrible.
That's right.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Brandon's
It's,
gonna be first to act.
I took the better part of a year off. I was doing this 2 years ago. And then, so if it's downhill, I jog it. If it's upstill, I have best gas walk it.
Brandon
That's
under the gun folds.
agreement.
Good to go, Rob.
Fold.
What you doing, trying to wear the paint off?
But it
What?
builds up the cardio enough. Just the easy runs.
They
and,
do.
At the raises,
I mean,
makes
once
it
you
700
start
play.
to a certain point,
Fold.
20 minutes.
Fold.
Everything after that,
Right.
Heather raises ace queen.
starts actually helping.
Down to Ed with a 2-5 suited. Taking a minute here to think about it.
This will show all the runs that I've done in class. 2 weeks or something like that.
So do you refer back to that?
I
Why
do.
do you refer back to it?
Just to see time wise.
Oh,
Like, okay, I did
He does
6
fold it.
miles and whatever, you know, and under.
We move on
Okay,
to
so
the
if you're-
next
if
hand.
you're- If you want, if you're trying to improve your time. you
Right.
have to get- If I just do it, I just go out. and
Robert
just
Newman,
do it.
first
I don't
act.
care what my time is.
Cards are being
It's still
dealt.
nice because it'll tell you,
I would like to see what else.
You walk like a little Pomeranian too. I can see you doing that.
it'll
Like a
tell
little
you,
Pomeranian dog. You got a little teeny dog in your walk.
Well, when I walk my dog.
300 go,
I'm
right?
cold.
Do you have a little
I don't
dog?
do that.
Like, do you ever? I can see you back and just picture you walking a small
He's
dog.
30 pounds.
So he's a small dog. He's just
Yeah.
fat.
He's not bad at all. He's
What kind of
skinny.
dog is it?
He's a
Fold.
cockapoo.
Fold, 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 fold.
Don't tell anybody.
God bless you.
Steve reaching for chips.
No, but when I go, I don't run.
He's gonna
like
raise
that.
his ace king up, but I don't think he's gonna
King
get it.
raised it to 850.
8-5-0 is the bet.
the thing I like is.
850 is not
do it
bad.
as often as you
550 more.
Perfect time. Steve. Perfect time.
Hit the 1 mile walk, 2 mile.
And he takes it.
It'll tell you your average pace.
Pedometer, or they-
It's like GPS.
Yeah.
See, now that would be.
It's very fun. And for somebody like me, it's encouraging. I look at the end of the week, I got all of them laid out, I'm like, I counted that 19 miles on lunches and breaks. You can't go wrong with that. Actually, last week it was like 26.
How many
You're
breaks
able
like
to
that?
count the miles. You don't
It's a
count.
GPS on my program, on my phone.
You've got an
Nike
iPhone, right?
got some.
It's iMap My
I
Run.
map my run.
It's free, and it's just a GPS that tracks
It just
everything
follow, I turn it
everywhere
on
you
when
go.
I walk, it tells me how far I went when I was done.
And it's actually pretty accurate. Like,
So
according
within
to
a
the-
quarter of a mile.
No, no,
Right.
less than a tenth of a mile. Because the one trail my wife and I did, we had this, and the trail was marked every mile. And according to this, the 5 mile mark came at 5.02
Steve
miles.
raises
I mean, it is
750.
real.
Steve raises ace queen 750.
Brandon with the ace jack.
Yeah, stop talking, just keep listening.
F and fold.
Ooh, interesting.
An F and fold and a fly off the table.
What just happened there, Tony?
Wrong call.
I think somebody, Invasion of the Body Snatchers 4.
I mean, I've seen Brandon call the same bet with
I'm gonna
with
regret this fold.
3-4 suited.
Dark.
I'll say.
We do have 2 players that flop though, Rob and Steve.
Damn, flop.
Newman does not catch any of that flop.
800. Fold.
Good bet by Steve on that.
You see what that card was? Was it face up?
Yeah.
You didn't hit the board.
Huh. Well, I know, I'll go over here. That's what I like. Good for. Ace jack
Folks,
and
if it's
club.
silent here on our end, it's because we're speechless right now.
You can set
I don't like
so
ace
the
jack off,
poster
so we have
runs
to-
automatically to Facebook or
Yeah.
and all that crap.
Yeah, I've seen you do
It's
that.
like taking,
Yeah,
like,
we're not there.
yeah, it was, I think it did our first 3 runs before I realized it was
Ready to go?
automatically posted. I mean, I don't care now.
Then the fold. Fold.
I just really
Fold.
liked it.
Fold.
I wouldn't give myself credit for as much as I had done if I couldn't see the whole list of it.
Well, I used to have the
And with an 8 king of
Plus
diamonds.
the little sensor in the shoe, and it actually was
Looks like he's reaching for
not
chips.
real
Ed raises
accurate.
750.
I found
750
that
bet.
out. We were
Brandon
running
fold.
Rob.
the
Fold.
Somebody wake Brandon up.
marathon, the relay.
Rob nudged the man.
And I had to run the last leg. Well, I chose to run the last leg because it was supposed to be the
I've got the last
flattest
leg
leg.
on that before.
Well, it's supposed to be the flattest leg, but it's also the longest. Well, then I'm running it, and it was all through the hills.
No, it
The
wasn't.
one when I ran it, it was. We started out in the park, going up a hill, sand run something or other,
Sand Run
and then
Park.
And then the only flat part was
Actually, I want
going
Heather to
around
act
and
first.
through whatchamacallit, Stan Hewitt Hall.
There was some,
Heather has the best hand of poker right now.
one
7
hill
deuce.
right there.
She lets
but
it
it was
go.
short. It was steep, but it was short.
Then coming through the city, we had to
Ow.
go up and down, up and down.
I thought that was a great
I'm
one.
gonna
Over to
raise.
Rob
Going
Newman.
up.
But anyways, that's when I found
Newman
out
with
it
an
wasn't
ace
very
eight
accurate.
announces a raise.
Because
None of them fold.
1,400. Because
Just
it
let
told
us
me I
know.
had a quarter
Raise
mile.
Ask to play this,
14.
I can't.
Winner.
It
Rob
told me I had
bets
a quarter mile left to
1,400.
go. So I
Linda
took
lets
off.
7 to go.
His blinds are
I
153.
was almost a mile from the finish line. I'm like,
So how much you got?
4.5 X bet.
I'm all in. I know what I got,
That
that's
added
good enough.
information. I thought that was a great leg, though. I mean, all the people all over.
this is all right.
Shall
my
there be
wife
first
thinks-
act?
She's like, you're such a dumbass, and I have to agree. Like, I'm running, and at one point you're
At least
you
you
run by.
at least you know she's listening.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You run.
Yep, you were right.
You run past Firestone High School,
Right.
and this is, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of the way through the lake, if
300 left.
my estimates are correct. And so I'm tired now, and
Oh.
kind of dragging. I look up, way up ahead, and I see the Firestone cheerleaders, high
Steve,
school cheerleaders.
Steve calls it a
All
6-7
of a
suited.
sudden, I'm in perfect form. I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
Olympic athlete.
Absolutely.
You know.
Action on
You
Newman.
and every guy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Look at
the
this.
music started playing.
Right, you know, I'm hearing trumpets, the chariots of
Let's
fire.
over to Paul. Paul calls.
And meanwhile they're like, oh Jesus, he's the disgusting old
And they
pervert."
all stop and they all start looking in unison at you.
4 players to
Then
a
they
flop.
turn and hurl.
Yeah, they're waiting for you to stroke out. That's what it
First act
is.
will be Heather
Like, we got the
and,
ball,
I'm sorry,
anyone's
Linda
here.
and Linda checks.
Maybe we should follow.
What's the check? What the hell are you doing?
Steve
Action.
Jet.
I do it
Paul.
every time.
No one really hits that flop.
But I verified it for. I proved it's not
Paul's
cheap
gonna
800
make a
is
stab at it.
because we were doing a trail run
And this
Linda folds.
Yep, gets the to fold.
extremely heavy set old guy
Now action on Heather.
is running. And
Oh.
we see him way, because it's flat.
Heather
and
folds.
straight. You see him
Over to
way
Steve
up
Day.
ahead. And he's like,
Does have a gut shot, but he
and he
folds
looks like
it.
he's just gonna die.
Right.
And all of a sudden,
Well
no,
timed
no,
up
this is a real
by
big
Paul
guy.
Newman on
Oh,
that,
yeah.
or Paul Moskowitz on
He's
that.
probably 100 yards from us.
Paul
And
Newman?
The first time he
And
picks
all
his
of a
head
sudden-
up,
salad
and he
dressing.
sees my wife and I. And all of a sudden he's like, and I'm like, see, I told you, all of us, we're all idiots. We do it every time we see a chick on it. Like, this is gonna impress her if I run like I know what the.
You know what the problem is when you get.
Heather small blind, Shelly big, and Steve will be first act. You see him there in the blue.
See, I usually didn't have to worry about that, because usually
Shelly
they were
with
behind me
aces,
for a
second
second
time
or two.
tonight.
Put it in there in front of you,
Then they're in front of you.
Right.
which is good too.
There you
That's
go.
like a
Yeah.
carrot in front of the grain.
No. At the last Warrior Dash my wife and I did, the two girls running in front of us were in bikinis. And my wife's like, you gotta slow down. And I'm like, no. It's a great pace, honey.
I think Rob's going to be in trouble this hand because I think he'll raise it.
900.
I actually
Oh, you're right on that one.
saw pics.
What was it?
I know my players, Tony.
Seven.
Yes, you do.
Oh, can I take my razor?
No, sir, you cannot.
Damn.
Rob, raises at 900. 900.
Action on Heather. Heather folds.
See?
Now
Shelly's
with her
doing little
aces.
Hollywood in here. I think she should jam.
No.
By her not jamming last time, it did net her a good amount of chips, though.
Raise
1,000 more.
1,000 more.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Rob lets it go.
Too long.
Till he grabs 900.
He had a lot of his chips out there,
This
too.
was a 5K. My
Yeah, very
birthday
surprised
in
you
June,
folded
and my
that,
gift to myself over the summer is to run a 5K. I don't have to make any great time. I gotta run it. And
Buttons on Heather. Ed will be first act. Still 8 players remain. We are midway through the second part of our show
my
tonight.
dad ran.
If you consider each portion being
I have
a
no idea. I'm gonna
three
be
blind level.
training for
just making up the rules as I go,
It is
Tony.
the best.
No,
It
you're
is so
actually
much
paying
better.
attention because you got that right.
September.
Oh, it's perfect.
You know, I did
Go
a lot of
ahead.
work for them.
Ed with an ace king of hearts.
Raise.
Results.
Shelly with the pocket threes.
750 is
I
not bad.
I love the
I'm
Who
pretty
raised
excited about
to
it.
750?
Ready, folks.
Slowly increases it, and you're still like.
Boy.
Which is the app that you talked
Couch
to 5K.
I'll have to look at it.
Couch to 5K.
That's what my wife first did.
Actually,
Folds over to
My
Heather.
brother's gonna do
Heather
5K
folds.
runner, but I
Shelly
think
with her
they're all
pocket
kind of
threes.
the same.
What's that?
Yeah, 5K
Yes,
runner,
where
it's the
you-
same
where
kind
you
of
run
thing.
seven
It takes
foot
years.
bar.
Sure,
She's
but I
gonna
tried
call.
couch 5K.
And every day you're running just a little bit.
Just a
more.
little,
Just
yeah,
lets
and
him go.
it
No.
it interval trains you and does all these things. So
Yeah,
you're-
like.
Ed's gonna be a winner.
You walk a little, you run a little, you walk, and then each. And it does, it says you just start running, stop running, start. You don't even have to look at it, you just listen.
You put
just
the
go.
earphones on and then it says,
Yep.
okay, stop now.
Yeah, it says.
Brandon's going to be first to
The
act this
problem with
hand.
my route is that there's a
Currently
giant
absent from his
hill.
seat.
There's a
That's
couple
why
of
the
big
route I
ones.
was going, and now I just like run zigzags around to avoid all the hills.
Right.
I take my dog too, so.
So
I don't listen to headphones because then I'm gonna manage too much.
300 play. Rob, good to go.
Action on Moskowitz. Folds.
Oh no, one
Folds
of
her
my
4-6.
buddies, did a.
Action on Heather.
It was a 5K.
Ah.
Folds. Steve Day with the jack queen
Anyway, it
offsuit.
was, you run half
Sounds
of
like we are
5K.
going to see a flop.
3 players, 2, 3, 8 is the flop. Hits nobody.
That's
Three
it.
clubs on
And then
four.
run the other half back.
That's horrible.
And it's like, he's like,
Throw it
the
up.
second half, everybody is either throwing up or they're
Everyone
dodging
checks.
piles of.
Oh, wait, there's a bet.
just icky.
Steve bet
You
his
can't run
one.
after you.
Sponsor that right?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't even like
It's got a
Krispy
funny
Kreme
name.
donuts.
But he's like, it's hilarious because you see these skinny guys that are runners that are doing it just for the hell of it. And they'll, sprint, get to the Krispy Kremes, and then they just take 12, smash as small as they can into like a pancake, and just try and shove them all in their mouth and and you've got to swallow before you take off running
Wow.
That's
So doesn't sound like fun.
No, you can't run after. Who?
I'm sorry, I don't
May as well eat like 3 bowls of chili.
You can't
There's,
say water when I'm walking around.
Good to
There's
go,
one in
Rob.
Vegas
300.
that, it's the Margarita Marathon.
That one is awesome.
That sounds really fun.
You down a margarita like every 5 miles or something like that.
That does sound fun.
I'm
Just
so
saying.
excited to drink it.
Alright.
There's one
Can
going
you
with
walk
like
that? I might
coffee
do
for a
that.
Yeah,
while.
and walk it, drink your margarita, walk
Yeah.
some more.
That's what I would just be walking and drinking.
Oh, man, I think that sounds like fun.
Eiffel.
iPhone.
Action on Heather with her 10-4 folds. Shelly with her 10-4
Call.
folds.
Steve calls.
Steve calls.
I don't mind getting a
Button calls. Ed is small blind.
Call.
I think we've had like 3.
Completes his bet. It's over to Brandon.
We haven't been in.
He checks his option. We're going to see a flop.
Because Heather, we just haven't seen
King,
it once,
ace,
so I'm like,
king. Look at Brandon go.
What do you say?
This is 2.
Ed checks. Everyone checks.
I'm a genius.
600.
It was like,
Ed's going to bet his ace.
600
I
call.
had bad cards.
Brandon just calls. Check on the river. Brandon gets a check
Do
mark.
we have the cowbell back?
1,025. What's the
He
bet?
bets.
Brandon.
Ed is reaching for chips and makes the call.
And there's
And that's 3 kings.
Three kings.
We 3 kings.
These 3 kings.
Yeah, 3 pairs no good.
I hate 3 pairs.
Folks, we are now at blind level 200, 400. This will be the last level of this session.
Pair on there.
And we'll take a 10-minute break after this level.
Lines keep going up.
200, 400. Still 8 players remain.
What are you demanding?
no, just make it.
You don't want those aces. Give me 5-7, give her her aces. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Paul Moskowitz be first out.
I can take
I like
8
that,
rings
Heather.
in the box.
What?
Did your wife have a good birthday?
Me.
Oh yeah.
5,
Yeah,
7,
she had a
let's
great
see what
time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I miss her. Tell her something.
400 now. It's big blind. Ball you up to the gun. Fold.
Paul folds his pocket sevens.
Yeah, I'm folded, but hold on. Here we go. Right over here.
Yeah,
Just lay over here.
she's got a feeling
I
about it.
just want to see them. I just want to
We
see
know what they are.
them. No, you don't.
I do. Aces.
You don't know what they are.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay, in a
You
minute.
can't guess until I guess.
No, I'm not gonna
Brandon
guess.
and Rob Newman in the pot.
Yeah.
Ed also.
Check.
Still has the best note. Rob Newman with the catching the 8 there.
Here's your aces.
I folded an ace, like an idiot.
5 set.
Brandon,
That's what it
throw
is
them in
me.
the muck.
I asked for aces. I asked for aces.
They're right there.
That
You don't
button's
see
right
them?
there.
Hey,
Pete.
put 'em on the
Pete.
floor.
Thank you.
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Somebody got it.
I am mucking the cards. It's not
Yeah, look,
reading
that's
it.
the ace 6 off suit. I'm folding that. What are you doing with aces out there?
Yeah, and did you want aces too?
I know, I had an ace. You just didn't tell me the others were coming on the flop.
Yeah. Well, you thought I was going to have them.
Linda to act first this hand.
You're not very forthcoming, Tracy.
And she
It's
has
like I
a
gave her
raise
3
7
aces
folds.
and she's yelling at me.
Right.
I know, I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm folding that
It's
one.
okay. I'm used to that.
Steve looking best with his pocket 5s.
Steve calls.
Just
4.
calls though.
Moskowitz did raise with deuces, right?
I think Linda was
Fold.
first to act.
Call. 3 players.
Steve's 5 still best. And still best.
Rob checks.
Like, it finally gets quieter out here. Like, no one's
Paul.
Oh,
That's
now it's in
800.
a hand, really?
Moskowitz makes a move.
Steve
I was
calls.
asked twice today not to
That's
talk.
800. Steve calls. With his BS radar on.
Rob's considering it. 2 players.
Steve gets a check mark.
Alright. Check.
Moskowitz
Check.
checks. Steve checks as well.
5s and queens.
Wow,
Ship it. That's how you.
nice call.
Steve should have put a little bet there on the end.
That's why you like.
Moskowitz checking, leaves the door open for a bet right there.
Crazy son of
Good.
Heather's going to be first to act. Blinds are 200, 400. Let's let you listen in on the players.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's 4 out there?
We're not buying
You're right, it was 2 or 3.
Or 2, 3.
4, 2, 3.
And we are good to go, Heather. 300 to play. Fold. 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 400, I'm sorry. 2 and 4. Raise the 9. All in. 2450 and all in.
Ooh, let's
Look, Rob.
rethink this.
2,450.
I'm leaving my hand down.
Good luck, Rob.
Rob Newman moves all in with his pocket 8s.
2 fold.
Good luck, Roberto.
Moskowitz folded his
50 more,
3s.
Brandon.
more live than I thought.
I hate that, well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Brandon calls with his ace-3 of clubs. Hits the ace. Hits the 8 on the turn. Wow, Rob stays alive.
Nice.
Oh, you mean like
Lucky
having
again.
king, queen,
They say you have to get lucky a couple times in order to win a tournament.
a king being folded and the other 2 case queens?
Yes, ma'am. 2, 4.
Yeah, I was gonna call.
Rob doubles up through Brandon
Pocket 3s
with
out.
catching a 2 out on the turn.
Pocket 3s. Do my pocket 4s now.
On these boards, it's 6s and 8s, I think.
Go. 400 to play, guys. Steve folds. Head folds. 900 now.
Brandon races 900
Brandon
with his
raises
ace 5
900.
of spades.
Calls the 9.
Down.
Fold.
Good call.
Fold.
Rob Jack 10 calls.
Fold.
We're going to be heads up. Brandon and Rob.
2 players.
Interesting percentages there.
4-2-8 hits the board. Ace high is still good. Brandon bets, takes a pot. Well, we had 2 early bust outs this evening, Tony, but the game's kind of
Slowed down a little bit.
slowed down a little bit since then. Just moving chips around a little bit.
It's not a whole lot of high hands versus high hands either.
This is true.
All the luck of the cards.
We'll have a talk with Train on break. See what he can do about that.
Yeah.
400 to go. Fold. 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 900. Sorry.
Race to 900 with
25.
Brandon with his ace 10.
Just to
Hey, quarter. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Sorry.
Brandon raises
That's it,
925
now
with
I
his
can
ace
do
10.
Three,
Don't
six,
think he's going to see any
not
callers
coming.
here
3-6, not coming.
as you watch the hands.
What do you
Oh, I didn't mean to do
Oh,
that.
shit.
Wait,
What are you all in there?
Heather
right now?
folds up again.
what the heck? Is everybody just...
Is there something in the
Nuts.
She did that last. She did that too. She did
She's
that. Yep.
If nothing but
But she
respect,
had
I
the
mean,
If she
like
had
the
played
nut
that longer,
hand.
she would have
Yes.
realized my hand and your hand basically meant you were drawing bad.
That's
Wow.
funny.
Why don't somebody else just show me their hand?
Why don't we feel all the hands open?
Might as well.
I know, we'll play. We'll play.
I thought blackjack.
Not me. Shelley, she's stupid.
Showing.
Brandon.
I heard that about Brandon. I mean,
Tell yours small. You're welcome. 400 to play. Head fold.
Ed folds over Brandon. Lets it go.
face up anyone?
I know I should have.
Rob folds.
No raise, so.
As does Moskowitz and Linda.
They're just like, oh really, you want to raise again? Oh, Brandon? Yeah, here, take that.
Shelley's probably going to come in this hand.
Take that. Screw all my actions.
Raise.
6-7 suited.
800 more.
Steve does raise.
My hands up now.
800 on top.
How many weeks do we have left?
Number 5, I think.
I think we got 7. I think this
That's
is
7
5.
more?
Steve takes it with his bet. Pocket nines are good.
You don't get them 2 hands in a row.
So my goal is to try to take the other $30.
Well, they do it there.
2 more months. 15 a month is a doable amount, nothing stupid.
Small blind Steve Day and big blind Ed Wurgler with the first act will be Brandon.
If I can drop 20 more by August,
See?
I'll be fine.
So I don't wanna try and run a 5K carrying this. I don't wanna take it.
It's hell on the knees.
400 to play.
And then before our marathon, I want to drop like another 15 on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
About that, yeah. I don't know if I can really run. I don't, that's my thing. I don't like running.
Raise.
I hate running.
Paul makes it 1100 to play.
That's how I used to
Paul Moskowitz bets 1100 out with his Jack 9.
With that,
Suited.
That's running without playing a sport, for God's sakes.
Looks like a suited Dan move right there.
I didn't realize your last name was Rodriguez.
It's not.
Looks like Steve calls.
No.
Action on Ed.
That drop dead, he was like 30, wasn't he? Or, oh, he's that I thought he was 30.
He had 3 cardiac arrests back to back. Bam, bam, bam. Like you see him on the field, like all of a sudden he just like goes down to his knees and he's like down like that. Like,
We're going to be heads
You
up
know
with
what
Steve and
happened?
Paul.
Get back up and he just.
You know what happened? Somebody finally scored a goal in a soccer game and he killed him.
That is just wrong.
He's like, oh my God, there's a point in this
Too
game.
soon.
That type of sport is like the most watched sport.
10-6-5 is the
because
flop.
there's 10 billion people that give a shit
Ed
about
would
it.
have been best there.
And
Another 10.
9.999 billion.
Well,
Would have
bet.
been Ed's hand, which is the 9-10.
Mark, did I just fold 5-6? Darn it.
Good thing you did, because you're not.
I don't think so.
That was playing in the game, he died, and he was working like for 78 minutes, his heart was stopped. And he's in-
Steve bets that out, and Paul folds.
78 minutes they worked on him, and he died.
How do you do that? I thought you go like bring him.
Well, if they're working on putting oxygen in at the time.
Small. Ed. Big, right?
That's whatever, but I mean, your heart's not.
Rob's
The
going to
main
be first
thing is
act.
keeping the lungs going, keeping the oxygen going to the brain. The brain can survive without blood for a lot longer than it can without oxygen.
Fold.
Anyway, you go to chip us up, you know.
Calls it through 4.
Heather's trying to eat.
Uh-oh.
Fold, fold.
One big one. I'm not careful.
2 more, Ed.
Got a sharp in here.
Ed in the small
Out of
blind.
there.
Fold.
I can watch some things too.
Go ahead.
Brandon and Heather heads up.
Somebody was gonna say it.
Check.
Brandon hits his 2 pair. Heather hits an ace.
Bet
He's getting
600.
lucky tonight,
Brandon calls.
at least at the table.
Check.
Now Heather
Oh,
hits 2
My
pair.
gosh.
Alright, hold on a second.
What is
Well,
up?
hold on a second, maybe I don't wanna check. That's bullshit. That's, she goes like this, that's a
I
check.
thought it was. That's right.
Brandon flops 2 pair.
Yours
Heather-
first, Brandon.
They both check.
Top and bottom.
Call.
Brandon
Ace
bets.
of fours, top 2 track.
Wow, nice man.
Heather shows him the
I
winner.
think I lost the minimum there.
Brandon speaks the truth that he lost the minimum.
Buttons, right?
Left hand. I seriously think I lost the minimum there. I'm just losing
First,
7.
well, the first act will be Paul Moskowitz in,
2
on
pair, yeah.
the right-hand side with the black hat,
For my wife.
with the cap facing
I was gonna
forward.
raise, I was when you
Scheduled
got
a
on the
surprise
spot,
party
raise
for
it.
John Christie.
Yeah, to clarify that.
Most of
I didn't realize Newman had one too.
came in from out of town. Like one even flew in from Atlanta.
Wow,
Or she
that's
flew to
awesome.
Pittsburgh and then drove in with the rest of them because they all live in Pennsylvania.
He folds
I was
into
bored,
what
that's
he's
why
doing.
It started out there was gonna be like 15 people invited, and next thing you know, there's
850.
52.
Raise to 850.
Linda does make it 850 with that ace 10.
Holy cow.
Heather Shelley fold.
Linda raises to 850.
Steve Day picking.
That, what were we talking about?
Same hand, different suits.
Steve
I
calls.
think Rob's going to shove all in with this.
Actually, it'd be a perfect time for it.
Little squeeze play.
The action on Brandon, 4-5.
Fold, fold.
Rob just calls.
Had he only known.
Checks.
Sitting in good position with Linda and Steve both sharing cards.
Yep.
12 bet.
Linda does bet 1,200.
Well timed.
Steve trying to put her on a hand. Steve does let it go. And Rob's going to fold it.
That for me.
It's a tip. You might do it soon.
Good bet by Linda, and Linda takes it down.
We were going before the first break. We didn't also
I put it right in. I just started timing.
You still have that?
What?
Just the two of the first round.
Linda will be first to act.
And we're good to go.
I'll tell
400.
you one thing about
Newman with 8s this time. Maybe he'll push all in this time.
Hold.
but
Hold.
I can't believe it's in the library. You need to see that movie.
Ed folds. Action on Brandon.
Brandon calls.
2250 all in.
2250 and all. Not even.
I'm folding.
Stop. If he says 2250 and all in, and he has 4,000.
2250.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Well, all in.
You ask them.
Well, did he say
He
all
said all
in?
in.
No, it
He
says
said
20.
all
I said
in.
2250 all in.
2250.
That's the,
Yeah,
my exact
it was
words.
2250 is binding.
all in.
2250 is the
2250
bet.
is binding.
2250 is fine.
My bad, guys.
Same
It's alright.
That's right call.
That would be a string bet.
Yeah, no. It's, you know.
Doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
I
That's
didn't
probably
get
really true.
Just for clarification for the audience,
You know
Rob
what's
did
coming
say
back.
2250 all in, but he does have more than that, so he is bound to his 2250 announced bet.
I don't think it's going to change much, though. I believe the action's on Linda, who does fold.
And you win anyway.
Everyone folds. Rob does
I'm
win.
wondering what,
Hey!
2 overs. I figured it's a race.
I had 2 overs.
But I'm wondering what you would go all in on 2250 versus, you know, how did
2250 all in
the
is
wrong
50.
misconception?
I just counted it wrong.
come
I would have pushed it all in no matter what. I just
Right.
counted it wrong. I don't know.
Sorry about it.
No. You were
I
right.
wonder if he would have gone all in if
Probably
he
should
was.
have
just
called
say
it.
all in.
Should have
Should've
been
called
4
it.
and not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
tired.
wait for someone to ask for it.
I'm just tired.
But I'm like, I get to look at this at 2,000, I might have to do,
40 go.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got maybe 5, close to 5,000.
And king, queen, I'm like, he's got a big pair.
Super
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so when the flop comes, I'll know whether I want to bet the other half of this, because he's it's pretty,
Should be.
should have bet the $2.
Yeah, close.
Call.
And
Four
calls
play.
with this Jack King.
Next time I say, I'm just gonna say
4 players to the flop.
Right.
That
Off.
way I know I've got it.
That's exactly right.
It's
4
a flop
players.
That's going to be break after this hand. Linda flops open and is straight. Rob hits
17 is the bet.
Rob hits top pair. Does bet 1,700.
Yes, sir.
Are we up there?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're not in the hand, you can.
Yes, you can.
Moskowitz's caught the queen. There are definite kicker problems, plus there's possibility of king out there, so he's going to fold.
Moskowitz folds.
And Jack 10.
Linda's got an up and down straight draw.
Yeah. It's kind of it's. She does have a little gamble in her.
calls here, it's a little risky. But can't pay off.
When?
Will you wrap it for me since we're on break? I'm brilliant.
Hey, the king.
Brilliant.
Nope,
Brilliant.
that's okay then.
Button's good for next hand.
Thank you,
There's
sir.
no
All right.
reason to apologize.
Looks like we're on
Another
break.
hat.
Then
We'll
did
be,
fold it?
yes. We will be back in 10 minutes, and thank you for watching.
All right, we'll see you then.
You say you counted the road last time.
65.50.